It's the loading screen. Yes.
Yeah, this is a classic.
The action
Hence
on
the
the moon
name
got
BZ Classic.
intense, but it was only the beginning of what was to come. The Soviet surprise attack caught us all with our pants down. We didn't even have time to bury our dead. I think I've memorized nearly all of the monologues, so that goes to show how much I've played the campaign.
Getting power.
Yeah, I dare say you've got oh my.
Deploy.
All right, I need to adjust some
Battlezone 2
settings
got
here.
all the graphical love, and I'll never forgive them for it.
Started.
Oh my.
Building complete. I'm on it.
I mean, look at this Mars. This Mars looks wonderful.
Building complete. I'm on it. I'm on it. Construction started.
Good grief. I'll be alright.
Building complete. Moving out. Ready to move. Going through, guys. Construction started.
This is kind of uncanny.
Unit factory online. Building complete. On my way.
Well, let's see if that
On my
fixes
way.
it. Oh my.
Yes, sir. Building. Construction started.
The messed up part is that the Martian morning would have those grayish features on it.
I'm on it.
There he is. Okay, Bad Dragon, I have a bone to pick with you. What?
Hey, wait a minute. I know that name.
I'd be surprised if you didn't. These are the old 1.5 models, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't have fancy graphics, sorry. I did the terrain textures, but that's it.
Yes, I'm impressed with the terrain textures. You could make a movie on it.
I thought they were shit.
Look, I'm still haven't recovered from all the graphical love Battlezone 2 got in the Redux, so.
Building complete. I'm on it.
Like those cliffs. I feel like I could fight Tusken Raiders on them.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Building.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Dragon, we need to get you used to my type of metaphors.
I mean, it's been a while.
Oh,
This is true.
is the scrap input different from VSR on this
The what?
mode? Is the scrap collection different from the VSR?
It's Battlezone 1, so...
Uh-oh.
Everything works the same as it does in BZII.
Wait a minute, is that the OG thrusters?
Yep. I think have actual stuff.
Oh my goodness. I feel so old. Lamper, you weren't even born when those thrusters were still in the game.
Hey, Shift F3, F9.
Look at them.
Aren't they sexy?
Those thrusters weren't even around when this guy was walking.
Ready to build.
I love the aged moves.
Building underway. Unit complete. Construction started. Armory here. Building complete. Ready to move.
I don't know if it's the
Building supplies.
if it's a Battlezone 2 thing, but it does feel like the selecting sound is overpowering the voice dialogue.
Yeah,
I think it's reversed in
could be the
BZ1.
volume. Could be volume settings.
Everything's very snappy. See, look at the bloody smoke. BZ1 doesn't have that kind of smoke with that damaged tank.
Oh yeah, visuals are improved a little.
This is actual second child syndrome.
When I redid the visuals for the Redux, I actually used some of the Battlezone Classics as a basis. Like the weapon effects from Redux basically came from here.
If only the game was launched optimized, maybe we could have afforded more of the graphics.
No, it was that Ken copied Battlezone 2's render system and put it in BZII. And me and Ken knew how to work the damn thing.
Sounds about right.
So, since I already had some improved Battlezone 1 renders in this mod, I just copied them and pasted them.
Chunks!
So that's not the real Steph, is it?
Wait, what?
Who is F9 fighting?
NOMAD. Oh my goodness, the actual ballistics from ejections.
Oh yeah.
This is oh my goodness.
Had to tweak the Omega kit of the vehicle solution to get it to rock the ejection. You can't immediately snipe something when you eject. You have to wait till you stabilize. Just like BZ1.
I mean, there are some uncanny features, but there's so many callbacks from how the game originally worked. I feel like I'm back in 2003.
I guess that is kind of the goal, isn't it?
Oh my goodness.
Armory here.
I don't remember the Razor having that much ammunition. Then again, I haven't driven a Razor in many times. Did Homeboy just collapse? What is that, the Doppler effect?
Probably.
That is a very well
the
done
3D
Doppler
sound,
effect.
The 3D sound is a little iffy.
Still impressed. So does it? The game just spawns you.
F9.
That's a Battlezone 2.
Hey F9, if your pilot dies again, unless you change the settings, if your pilot dies again, you lose. So if you get ejected F9, I would avoid sniping or drawing attention to yourself.
Sounds good. Appreciate it.
Your Battlezone 1 default settings have 3 lives, and they're your pilot lives. So, doesn't matter if your cycle is destroyed.
Did you ever fix the 1-to-1 scaling or no?
No, not yet.
I think just ignore the map.
Yeah, currently everything is 80% scale, because that's the way the maps convert over. But I added a feature in the beta to help convert map size.
So it's ready to go. It's not
It actually only works in the beta. Something about one of the a bug that was with the a bug from related to float being truncated into an int prevents it from actually working in the version. But yeah, basically I can do it with a few commands per map and reset it, but I haven't gotten around to it.
I've helped you find so many countless bugs in this mod.
Yeah.
The Pegasus device being one of them.
Vaguely remember that.
Construction started.
Huh?
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, that's how you first friended me.
I'm on it.
Pilots depleted.
He remembers his first friend request.
Mm-hmm.
Rolling. I'm on it. No mercy.
That's the L key.
It's K. Let's make it battle one fight.
K, L, one of the
He's having fun.
No mercy.
This isn't about victory, it's about testing the waters.
two. Yeah.
Can we make them use their full top speed and not just half speed?
Yeah, he's not.
Okay. That was a tie, pretty much.
Burn.